Mma na-eke, Orie, Afọ, Nkwọ, ise.
Dibia, welcome to my channel. This is Dibia Agwu. I hope you are faring well. Well, today is Eke Market Day. After doing my ego for, I decided to teach one or two things and educate our people. Before we start, let me acknowledge my ezumezu and orammụọ. Anyanwụ na-agbala ekenekwe m, enu na na-ekenekwe m, agwụ ọkpala nwa oshi ekenekwe m, ndị ichie chi m, ndị mmere m, osisi mmụọ m, alụsị niile, mmụọ niile so mbịa ụwa, ezumezu na ọra mmụọ niile so mbịa ụwa ekenekwe m. Na-asịba eke ọma, Chieke gozikwa anyị. Ihe niile anyị ga-eme n'ụbọchị nke taa, unu gozie ya, gozie akala aka anyị. Eje anabụ isi ije, okporo ụzọ ga-erubere anyị isi. Ife ọbụla bụ ife ọma anyị na-eme, anyị na-etinye aka na ya, sị m na ọ gazigokwe. Ka m gọkwa anụ ka ọle na-eke Orie, Afọ, Nkwọ, ise. Yes, today's topic we are going to talk about Ilu Agwu. Ilu Agwu. You know, previously I have talked about Agwu. Agwu is a creative and revelational force. Everybody has Agwu. It is not only the Dibia that has Agwu. We have so many kinds of Agwu. Now, for those that want to install their Agwu, install or institute, in Igbo, some say Ilu Agwu, some say Iru Agwu, some say Medu Agwu. You know that Igbo, na-asụ asụsụ Igbo, n'onu, depending on your Igbo dialect. We have Central Igbo and the rest of it. I am from Oka, Umayom, in Anambra State. Are you listening? So, when we talk about some certain things and use some certain words, it's evident that it is according to our dialect. And we teach some certain things according to the way we do it, according to the way we do our own culture and tradition. Oka culture and tradition might not be the same with people from Imo State, Abia State, and the rest of it. But what we have in general is ordinary. As long as you are an Igbo person and you live in Igbo society, ordinary is universal. But the way we carry out some certain rituals and sacrifices might not be the same. But we acknowledge all the deities, all the more in Igbo land. So when you talk about Agwu in ordinary Igbo, some see Agwu as onyinye amara, free gift, just like saying that someone received Holy Spirit. You understand? Agwu is a gift you came into this world with. Yes. It is onatarachi. If you don't have it, you don't have it. You can't fake it. Definitely, you just ata Agwu. I can't say that you is atala Agwu. I can say that you went to do apprenticeship. You know, even if you don't have that Agwu, there will be a difference. Surely, at a point in time, everybody will know that this person is not a choosing one. You are not a choosing vessel. You are not called. My message is for those choosing ones, choosing vessels, vessels of honor, and carriers of power, right from their mother's womb, as ordained by Chukwu Okike. So, when you talk about Agwu, Agwu is the spirit behind whatever you are doing in this life. Every man has Agwu. Agwu is behind your creativity, your talent. Agwu is behind what people can say that you are doing exceedingly well in. Your craft, your talent, your gift, however you choose to. So it is the pillar. Agwu is the pillar of your wealth, your income, your inspiration, your creativity, you name it. Now, let me tell you about some types of Agwu aside the one with the calling to be a Dibia. We have Agwu Afa, we have Agwu Nkanozu, we have Agwu Egwuriegwu for those in the entertainment industry. We have Agwu Oluaka. You know that when you do things, maybe as a carpenter, you are spectacular in those things you are doing, bringing wood to life. If it's in the terms of painting, you paint and your painting comes alive. We have Agwu Mkporogu na Mkpaefia, Agwu Mkporogu na Mkpaefia. We have Agwu Nrammili, we have Agwu Ofia, we have Agwu Isi. Agwu Isi is for healing. We have people with Okawu. You understand? We have Agwu Mmiri, we have Agwu Ozu, that's Nkanozu. I think I've mentioned that. We have Agwu Iji, Arammili, rainmakers, rain doctors. We have Agwu Afa to do spiritual consultation. We have Agwu Ejije. We have Agwu Ahia. You become a spectacular businessman or businesswoman or business mogul, as it may be. So we have too many types of Agwu, but that is not what I am here to elaborate on. Even as a farmer, you have Agwu that you plant and it flourishes. You have a successful harvest. You have Agwu. There are some people who will go into farming and there will be losses upon losses. I hope you understand. You are good in driving, you have Agwu. You are a palm wine tapper that, amongst other palm wine tappers, if you bring your own palm wine, it's sold out. It has a distinctive taste and flavor. You have Agwu. It is what sets you apart, what makes you outstanding. Even all the celebrities that they excel in whatever they do, whatever talent they have, be it comedy, motivational speakers, relationship advice experts, dancers, and the rest of it, they have Agwu. Engineers, that they have Agwu, that they can handle construction. And it lasts for a very long time, even though there are other people with such knowledge. But when they execute it, there is always comma there. But that person that has that innate Agwu of Nkanozu will do exceedingly well. So it is not only Agwu Dibia that exists. That is what I'm trying to tell you in a nutshell. All right? So Okuku is not for Dibia alone. If you have a calling, it's not only for Dibia. That some people will now convert to become pastors, prophet, prophetesses, evangelists, and so on and so forth. If you are good in what you do, you are outstanding. You have Agwu for that. The only thing you have to do is to align with that Agwu so that you shine brightly. So that good things will always come out from you. You will have the inspiration. If it is in writing, you have your Agwu. Now, basically, if you want to excel well, you have to install that Agwu. Install that Agwu. And you always energize it to give you what you want, to have that excellent spirit, to be outstanding in whatever you do. That is what Agwu is all about. Some families, they have Agwu. They have a general Agwu for the family. When we talk about Agwu Munna, do you understand? They have Agwu altar. That is where, if somebody in that family has Agwu, they go to that place and sort it out with the person. If it's energizing or the Agwu is demanding something from that person, that is when they now come there. Before you become a Dibia, you must go to your Agwu Munna too. So they have, some family have Agwu altar. This Agwu altar, some of them have a tree representation, because that is where they install that Agwu. Installation of Agwu is either done with Ogilishi. Some have Agwu as their Agwu tree. So it depends on whatever part of Igbo society that you come from. You cannot generalize how whatever you use to do your Agwu representation is. It differ. Because most people come into ordinary spirituality with all this generalization. No, it's not supposed to be so. Go to your place and know how things are done traditionally, culturally. Go to your place. That is what I always tell people. Go to your place. Even after doing spiritual consultation for you, I say that. Go to your place. Don't always peddle falsehood and say that this Dibia from Oka says you must do your spiritual work the way their people do their own. You must install Agwu the way they install their own Agwu. I have never done that. Anybody that says I taught them so or I did so is a blatant liar. You understand? I always advise people, my emphasis that you have spiritual calling, I will tell you the way you do your spiritual work sequentially and in order, in spiritual arrangement, so that you get things well. You won't have to make mistakes. When it comes to Agwu, I'll tell you, go back to your place. Let your umonna from Ikunne and Ikunna be involved. But if it is a family whereby the Agwu, the people that install Agwu, they are no more, concerned with culture and tradition, that is where you can request the service of a Dibia. And a Dibia will do it for you. There are some families that are suffering. Don't mind some of our Dibias that will tell you, don't mind what Facebook or YouTube Dibias are teaching you. I cannot deceive you. At my age, if you're having such challenges and your Agwu is disturbing vehemently, day in, day out, that is when you can come to me. I have a Dibia that installs Agwu, a male Dibia. I will tell you what to do. I will guide you. And the Dibia will do it for you. If it is my son, yes, I will direct him on what to do because he has Agwu too. But when the time comes, he will start his own work. I have every right to authorize my son, do this, do that because of this person, so that the person's Agwu will be installed. That is, if there is nobody anymore in your umonna or your ikunne that will install it for you. It is authorization that the spirit needs. Let it not be that now Dibia wine are all Agwu. What then do I have a son for? You understand? So there are certain things I need to clarify on so that you will know. And don't misquote me. It is for the benefit of those that are suffering. Many people, they don't try to imagine themselves in other people's shoes. There are families whereby it's a no-go area. Once you talk about Agwu, talk about you have a call, they will try and force you to do it in the church way. And what if your force is refused? What are you going to do? Seek for the help of a well-rooted Dibia to help you out. Some, I advise them to do Ekwem Agwu. But if the Agwu still persists in disturbing you, there is no need, you have to install it. If from father side, mother side, nobody, there is nobody, you have every right to go to a well-rooted Dibia to help you out. So you don't run mad. So you will not be destroyed. So that you will not be experiencing spiritual stealing all the time. So that you will not stagnate. So that you will not always be in sickness, in ill health. There is a solution. Solution for A and B is never the same. Don't mind those people that will be telling you, yes, you must, whether or not, you must always see one person in that village that will do this, that will do that for you. Some just think, I don't know, from the left side of their brain. When you talk about Agwu installation, also for you, a woman who is not yet married, there is no space for you in your father's house to install your Agwu on the ground, because some cultures, some Igbo society do not even install Agwu for women. Some do not. They'll just give you a Agwu. That is it. All the ceremony and the whatever that is involved from the society where I come from, some Igbo society, they don't do that. So let's stop all this generalization. Let's stop bringing our Christian mindset in it. Our ancestors were wise. There is always solution for everything spiritually. The other day, I read something on Facebook that anybody that has Agwu or Okuku is fake. It's Agwu. Please disregard all those people. Some of them don't even know the way to their village. They'll just come online just to trend. If there is no space for you in your father's house, they didn't give you any corner to install your Agwu. My dear, you have every right to have that your Agwu. It is that Agwu that will be used to institute your Agwu for you. Then the foolish person was saying, where will they get the ogilisi? How will they do it? Because he doesn't know about it. What you don't know about, why will you castigate? The ogilisi leaf can be cut for you, tiny, into 4 pieces and tied, with either omu or rope. Into 4 pieces, short like this. That is what they will use to bring down your Agwu for you and put it in Oku. Whether Agwu Ikunne or Agwu Ikunna, or Agwu Ikunnenne or Agwu Ikunnanna. As long as they are also acknowledged with also kola nut. Oke na nwunye ọkụkọ, nzu, edo. They call it from the sun. Anyanwụ na-agbara. They draw down your Agwu. It works. Let me tell you, it works 100%. As long as that person nọ na mmụọ wee mele gị ife o mere, ọsọ ya bụrụ aka ji ọfọ. Whether the aka ji ọfọ is from your place or not from your place, some have not experienced what we call spirituality. They just say it's that rigid way of doing things in the olden days. Now, what are we existing for? Why are we now the new generation of Dibias? Why can't we solve this problem? If your family rejects you because you have Agwu and Agwu is dealing with you, so are you trying to say we cannot prefer solution to those people? Are you trying to say that if you are not given any portion of land or whatever, now let me put it sarcastically the way they are saying on Facebook, you are not given a portion there, does it mean you not have to install your Agwu? That is why that Oko is the solution. Then you now have the Okuku to feed your Agwu from. Most of them don't even know what an Okuku Agwu is. Most of them do not know because they don't know about it. What they don't know about, they castigate. It is in that Okuku Agwu that you will feed your Agwu. Some call it Arobunagu. All your Rammo, they will be installed in that Okuku. That is where they feed from. Why am I telling you this? Is because I'm a living example. When I was about to start this journey, I found it difficult. Don't think that every Dibia started, on a platter of gold and the rest. We had our challenges. Personally, I'm not ashamed to tell you, I have challenges. It's normal. It is what makes us human. Forget those people that are painting stories for you. You will have your challenges. Whoever does not have any challenge during their spiritual journey is a liar. I hope you are listening to me correctly. I had that challenge. My family did not want me to install my Agwu in the ground. My Agwu spoiled a lot of things for me because I was ignorant of it, though I was going to church, doing my things in the church way. You understand? Celestial Church of Christ, that was my root of spirituality. You understand? So when I now just knew that I wasn't meant to do it in the church way, I was meant to do it the way my ancestors were doing it before. I had to come back home. Even it was because of Agwu that I came back to my father's house. I was wrecked. I didn't have a dime to my name. I was jobless. I was homeless. I was ill, on the verge of death. I told them to bring me back to my father's house. If I'm going to die, let me die there. Let me know that it is in my father's house that I found rest or peace. Fortunately for me, everything turned around for me when I came back to my father's house, in my father's compound. They said no, everything, they tell me demonic. They even denied that there was nothing like that existed. But when I did the needful, thanks to my mentor, he was the one that brought this solution, practical solution, spiritual solution that worked for me. So I will not deceive anybody. I installed my Agwu in Okuku. There is no difference. It depends on you whether you keep your Nso and Igwu Agwu. That is just what it is. That is what makes you potent as a Dibia. Keeping your Igwu and Nso Agwu. That is what the spirit needs. Forget about the location of your Agwu. Whether it was installed with Ogilish in the ground, or whether we are even cracking jokes and saying they installed it inside Udu, a pot. We all have to be careful. Those who think you can come online and make mockery of the things of the spirit. If they strike you, don't say you don't know what is happening to you. They are still spirits, and they will deal with you anytime, anywhere, regardless of whoever you are challenging. And that Okuku was very, very, very functional. As long as you know when it demands something from you, you are going to energize it. Whenever you are going to energize it. So if you have your Oku, that flat earthenware clay is like a plate, you can use it to bring down all your Agwu. If it's Agwu, benna, ikuna, all of them. Especially those from Ezinụlọ Oke Agwu, because I have it from my mother's side and also my dad's own side. That Agwu also is different from Agwu Umunna. That one is your own personal one, because some Dibias deceive people, some Akajofo who don't know their left from their right. Somebody that has Agwu, you will go and be feeding your Umunna Agwu without also even installing the Agwu for the person. You now generalize that is that Umunna Agwu. Then you have to have a special acknowledgement for that Agwu by that person. So where will the person be feeding their own Agwu and appeasing their Agwu? The person will always go to the Agwu Umunna or what? Agwu Umunna is just like the patron Agwu for that family. It's not for individual person like me. If Agwu Umunna demands my attention enough and I see it and I decode the message, or maybe I want to inquire about myself, yes, I do that. You can inquire about yourself, even using your own alpha, or you ask another Dibia to check for you. If it comes out, you have to go there to that Agwu and energize that Agwu, because they want you specially to come. And there are people who take care of it. No, you don't go there anyhow. So the person that takes care of that Agwu is called an Akajofo. You understand? Then you have your own personal Agwu. Yes. Let me explain it clearly now. I am in charge and responsible for my own Agwu Dibia. But we have General Agwu Umunna from my father's side and also my mother's side. So let's be careful. I think I have clarified this enough so that I will not have long things to say. That is what I meant by some families have their own general Agwu altar. They have their own general Agwu altar. I'm using Agwu altar so that people will understand. They have their own Agwu. When you talk about Agwu Munna. Then when Agwu comes for you, it can either come from your chi, Ikunne, or Ikunna. It can come from your Benne and Benna. You understand? Your Agwu will not just come out of nowhere. It is a lineage thing. People from spiritual lineage. So you must inherit it from your descendants. From either of these three descendants that I mentioned. Your Chi, Ikunne, and Benna. Or Ikunna. Whether as a Dibia, or as a pastor, as a counselor, as an evangelist or prophetess. We did not know all this appellation before. All we had was Dibia in the past. Then we now have the categories of Dibia, their area of specialization. It is because of the advent of Christianity, people started calling themselves pastor, evangelist, prophet, prophetess, deacon, deaconess, and the rest of it. Bear this in mind. That is why when your ancestors insist that you must do it the traditional way, you will now know that you are a Dibia for this or that or that. Like I said before, Agwu is not just for the Dibia. If you are a furniture maker and you are good in that, you have Agwu for it. If you also want to excel more, you have to institute your Agwu to enhance that your creativity in making use of wood and creating good design for that furniture. Same thing with a footballer, same thing with a mechanic, same thing with a scientist, same thing with an engineer, the same thing with a doctor, same thing with a pastor, same thing with a farmer, palm wine tapper, and so on and so forth. So you have to be very good and be a specialist in those things that you are doing. Are you listening? It is that Agwu that will enhance you, enhance your creativity, inspire you to create more designs, to be efficient in what you do and to be proficient in it. It will also enrich you, because when you give out that talent, everything will work well. Surely you must profit from it, and it is from that profit, from that proceed that you use to thank your Agwu, to energize your Agwu. Either you kill a ram or dog. In some Igbo society, they use dog in the installation of Agwu. Dog is also a representation of Agwu. Tortoise. And so on and so forth. I've talked in my previous video about Agwu symbolisms. They matter a lot. They are the things that is evident in your life usually that shows you that you have Agwu. But because some people are not spiritually inclined, they don't understand their dream. That is why they don't know the symbolism of those animals. You understand? So for you to install your Agwu, you have to visit your father's and mother's maternal and paternal homes to get all you need to fix your Okwu Agwu. That is your own Agwu altar. Now, for you that have Okuku Agwu or Oku Agwu, you that you are a woman or even a man, it's not only women that have Oku Agwu and Okuku Agwu. This provision is for those who do not have land of their own, who were not granted that freedom to install theirs in the ground. Because as a woman, you are going to be married off tomorrow. You can now take it with you. Even if you didn't install it in the ground, you can take your Oku Agwu with you and the Okuku with you. Even if they are lenient enough, your family, your parents are lenient enough, they gave you space to install it in the ground. There is also another way. You can take that your Agwu, Ijuli Ajulu, do the ceremony, Julia Ajulu, Usulugi, Nababe Digi, where your husband must have given you a place to put your Agwu, your own Obu to be, doing your spiritual calling. Some call it office. Some call it Obu. Obu is in the Igbo ordinary dialect. Your own personal, not Obu Ndiche, please. Because a lot of people have so many misconceptions and misrepresentation of things, teachings that are straightforward. So if you go to your father's side or mother's side, the kind of Agwu they have, you will also appease them. If they have Agwu Nkanozo, Agwu Mkporogu na Mkpaevia, you have to align with them. That is why if you have Agwu, during the installation of Agwu, you must go to your Ikunne. Then also in your own father's side, if they are talking about the same Agwu, they have it there, you will also acknowledge your Umunna Agwu Umunna. In the olden days, there is a way they do it. They are from Ikunne and from Ikunna, people will come during your Agwu installation. But majorly, if we are talking about things, your Agwu is already in you. Yes. Or if more can